Okay, so we're going to be making a miniature book. You're going to need an A4 sheet of paper. I've already divided this up into 4 strips. To do that, you just need to fold your paper in half, make sure the edges are nicely lined up, and then fold it in half again. So make sure the edges are lined up, and when you unfold it, you should have 4 strips. You need to cut these out, and then we'll do the next step. Right, so you've got your 4 strips of paper. What you need to do, you need to take one of these strips, and we're going to divide it up into lots of little bits by folding it. So you need to fold it in half. Again, make sure the edges are nicely lined up. These are going to be your little pages in your book. And you're going to fold it in half again. And you're going to fold it in half for a 3rd time. So it looks like this. You're going to do this with all of your strips. Right, so when you're done, you should have 4 little booklets a bit like this. Now it might seem odd, but what we're going to do, you need to unfold them all. So if you unfold all 4 of your little booklets, the next step is to glue them all together. So we're going to turn these into one notebook. Right, so you've got your 4 strips and we're going to glue them together. So you need to find the last section and make sure it's facing upwards. You're going to get another bit and make sure the first section is facing upwards. And we're going to glue these 2 together. So we'll put a bit of glue on here and we'll stick this one on the top. Right, so I've glued these 2 together. You need to do the same with all of the other bits because we're going to make one long strip. So if you flip this over, make sure the end bit's facing upwards again, and get another end bit, make sure it's facing upwards, and just continue to do this until all of your strips are glued together. So I've glued together all of my strips. Now we need to fold them up, and we need to do it concertina. So it might, at the minute, it's not concertina. So you need to fold it one way and then make sure you're folding it backwards and forwards all the way up until it's done. And this is going to form our little booklet. Keep going, folding it up. Until you have a booklet a bit like this. This is going to be the basis of your book. Now the next bit, we need to actually unfold it again. Make sure you press it down very well so it remembers those folds. Then we have to unfold it again. Okay. So next we have to actually glue on the back of our booklet. So not the first one, but on the second one and there along, just glue on the back of a few of the bits. Bit of glue on and then concertina it up and fold it up, and do the next ones. So put a bit of glue on the back, probably put a bit more on if you want, and then fold it up again. Remember, this is actually going to be a notebook, so you want to probably be quite careful when you're doing this. Keep going, putting some glue on. And sticking it together. Right, so when you're done, when you're gluing, you need to be careful. You don't glue the first page and don't glue the last page, just glue in the middle. You should have something like this, where you have your little book. Now we're going to need to make a cover for this. For that, we're going to need a piece of coloured paper that you can use for your cover. So with your A4 paper, we need to first fold it in half. And open it out, and we need to go the other way as well. Fold it in half, make sure the edges line up nicely. So so your paper is in quarters. Now we only actually need one of these rectangles, so get rid of these bits and just cut out one of them. Right, so first thing you need to do is we need to make a mark on our paper. So we're going to make a mark at the top and a mark at the bottom in the middle. So to do this we need to fold it in half, it's along the length, but you need to just make a little mark at the top, and actually if you leave it folded, make a little mark at the bottom if you unfold it again. Now we're going to fold the edges to meet the middle, but not quite the middle, they're just going to come within about, I don't know, about a centimetre of the middle. So bring it to about here. So to about a centimetre away from this mark, we're going to bring our edges. Fold those up like this. Do the same at the other side, so roughly about a centimetre away from that middle line. Let's bring your edges, not even a centimetre really, just close to it, so you have something that looks a bit like this. Right, so next we're going to need to take our little book, which you've got the back facing downwards. We need to measure how wide this is going to be against the edge of our, this is our cover. So let's measure to there and then fold this edge to meet there. Let's give it a press down. So like that. Then we're going to do the same the other way. So open this up again, put your book at the other edge and just roughly measure it. Bring it to there, roughly measure it and press it down. So you're left with rough measurement. Then in the middle you should have a mark in the middle where your book will sit, like this, and this will fold around your book. So the last thing we need to do is fit our cover onto our book. So if you put your book into the middle, you need to open the first page. It's quite fiddly, but we need to sort of fold this cover around, make it a little bit bigger than the width of the page, and just give it a press down. And do the same for the other side, make sure your book sort of stays in the middle. Bring the cover over, give it a little press down. Now these covers, well the sides of the cover, should slide into your book now. So this side should slide onto there. You can glue it on if you want to. And this side should slide into here. Quite fiddly. Slide it in like that, and then when you close it you can play around with it to make it look a bit neater, but you should have a little book.